Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ogbanje Joseph. Please subscribe to this channel, share, like, as well as drop a comment on the comment section. So today we're going to be looking at the nature and character of international organizations. The nature and character of international organization. So now this lecture will deepen our knowledge about international organizations. As a prominent non-state actor in the international system, it provides illumination on the various categories of international organizations. Through the categorization, we are going to be able to get insight into the functions and roles they perform, and by extension, their institutional structures and processes that distinguish international organizations from other non-state actors. Now, what are the types of international organizations? Now, it is better we classify them. Now, the classification of international organizations can be undertaken through the following standpoints. Number one, character and nature of the international organization. Number two, geographical and functional coverage. Number three, mandate of the organization. Number four, the focus of activities as it concerns functions such as economic, political, military, social, administrative, judicial, or legislative. Now, in broad terms, there are two types of international organizations. They are number one, intergovernmental international organizations, and then number two, international non-governmental organizations. Now, we are going to start with international, that is intergovernmental organizations. We are going to start with that. What are intergovernmental international organizations? Now, in similar terms, this type of international organization can be described as an association of two or more states that functions through an institution or agency, okay, as an association, or agency set up to promote, protect, and carry out plans in common interest. Let me take it again. That in simple terms, this type, that is intergovernmental organization, IGOs, can be defined or described as an association of two or more states that functions through an institution or agency set up to promote, project, and carry out plans in common interest. Now, the organization is created by treaty for the purposes of pursuing common interest based on their treaty origin. Intergovernmental organizations are subject to international law and have the ability to enter into enforceable agreements among themselves or with states. Essentially, intergovernmental organizations are platforms for cooperation and collaboration for a more peaceful and secure world, and for deepening economic and social-cultural relations. Now, furthermore, the increasing globalization and interdependence among state actors encourages deeper cooperation in the areas of health, climate, communication, among others. IGOs have therefore become beneficial for state actors. Now, some of the benefits are derivable from membership in IGOs, okay, and they include the following. But before we go into the benefits, now let us look at the features. What are the features of the IGOs? That is intergovernmental, international organizations. What are the major features? Number one, they are based on formal instrument of agreement between the governments of nation states That's number one. Number two, including three or more nations. That is, it must be made up of three or more nations, nation state as parties to the agreement. Number three, it must possess a permanent secretariat performing ongoing tasks. Okay, then those are the major features of intergovernmental organization. Okay, so now let us look at the benefits. Now, what are the benefits of intergovernmental organizations? Now, we're going to be looking at the benefits. Okay, so what are the benefits? Number one is economic benefit. An important benefit of membership of intergovernmental organizations is the prospects of trade agreements. Now, member nations of these organizations, that is example of these intergovernmental organizations where they have economic benefits, are Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, North American Free Trade Agreement, NAFTA, among others, are beneficiaries of favorable trade terms and agreements. That's number one. Number two, political leverage. Now, membership in intergovernmental organizations provides, leverage to both politically influential and non-influential countries. For instance, membership in the EU, ECOWAS, AU, etc., gives some measure of political clout, to Portugal, Mali, and Peru, respectively. Okay, number three, security advantage. Now, the issue of security is sacrosanct for most intergovernmental organizations. Thus, member nations participate and benefit from the prospects of regional or global security that IGOs assure. This is even more, it is even more so in IGOs that have collective security mechanisms or mutual defense protection provisions in their statutes. Okay, now let us look at types of IGOs. What are the types of IGOs? We're going to be looking at the various types according to number one, geographical location. Okay, type of IGO according to geographical location. Now, global organizations, okay, number one according to geographical location is global organizations. Now, this type of IGOs are open to membership across the world. Okay, a very good example is UN, Universal Postal Union, International Monetary Fund, etc. Number two, according to location, is regional organizations. Example is AU, EU, and stuff like that. Now, let us look at it according to mandate. International organization according to mandate. We have economic organization. Of course, economic organizations, we have IMF, ECOWAS, and all of that. Now, according to let's look at according to mandate, we have security organizations. We have NATO and all of that. According to social cultural organizations, okay, according to social cultural organization under mandate, okay, we have we have, of course, we have Commonwealth of Nations and all of that. Okay, so those are just the major things. After now, we are going to be looking at another form of international organization. But for now, let us stop here. Thank you very much.